Well, hello again. I'm Sue Krautbauer, and I help midlife, mid-career 30 to 50 somethings build out a plan to achieve their personal or professional goals. I am a connector, a digital equity champion, a serial entrepreneur, and most importantly, in this particular instance, I'm a mentor for midlifers. And these videos are intended to share just some of the tools, strategies, and opinions that I use when I'm helping my clients and possibly you successfully navigate challenges of midlife transition. So, like you, I have a unique set of experiences, skills, and perspectives. I have my own collection of embarrassing failures and lessons learned in the school of hard knocks. The best thing I can do is share them and help someone like you avoid the same traps while hopefully, we can both score a few wins as well. Last week we talked about a popular topic, how to make money with your passion, and how super smart people are still asking in their 30s, 40s, and 50s and beyond, why is it so hard to find my life passion? And how the clarity that comes with understanding your passion helps you to prioritize how you spend your time. Do you know your purpose? Don't worry, a large percentage of people actually don't. And a few think they do, but might be missing the mark. However, there are several signs that you've probably found your purpose. Really interesting concept is that it might just be something that's right under your nose you never even considered your passion. Figuring out your purpose is a simple enough endeavor, but it's fraught with personal and sometimes professional risk too, most often created by our own internal resistance to change. There's also the self-doubt and unrealistic expectations to deal with that we have as well. Don't forget about the inevitable slowing down, that lull, that Bermuda Triangle in enthusiasm, the temptation of the state of meh, and the inevitable desire to quit. More than once. You've heard over and over that money alone doesn't buy happiness, at least not beyond our basic needs. What seems to work is pursuing a long-term goal, project, business, or career that feels good, helps others, and challenges us a bit. But really, you must do all three, or else I find folks usually quitting early and never experiencing the outcomes that they want to achieve. Your goals might include making a lot of money, and since I've moved into nonprofit work, the truth of the matter is charities can't run on good intentions, and nothing beats money where money can work. But the point is, for me, and for most people, likely including you, it needs to tick off these three important boxes too. It's got to feel good, it's got to help others, and it's got to challenge us. Bottom line, finding your purpose through a project of some kind and then working on it consistently will give you a much better return on investment, ROI, or what I might say rather, return on P, return on purpose, other than searching for that elusive brass ring of happiness. You feel lost and discontent when you're not living in your purpose zone. It's hard to describe, but something just feels kind of off. Finding your purpose and building your life around it is the most satisfying and enjoyable way to live. Being totally real with you. Consider this. I often say happiness is a state of being. But purpose, contentment, or what I like to call joy, is an intentional choice. It's not a state of being, it's an intentional choice. You can have joy without necessarily being in a state of happiness. Once you've determined the purpose for your life and choose to begin in living it, it truly feels like everything's just falling into place. But how do you know you're in the zone of your purpose and passion in your life and your work? Well, here's a few ways to know whether you're fully in your purpose zone or just might simply be chasing after another shiny object. Time flies by, We talked about this, I don't know, a few weeks ago. When you're spending time pursuing your purpose, it's hard to figure out where the time went. There are only a few activities that allow you to seemingly escape the passage of time. It's an amazing feeling to find something that's so easy to work on when other things you have to kind of slog through and it feels painful. You feel calm. There's a sense of relaxation and focus when you're living in your purpose. You can just feel that you're doing the right thing and living your life the way it was meant to be lived. There's a sense of peace that comes from living your purpose that's hard to describe until you experience it for yourself. I mean, how do you feel when you wake up in the morning and know you have to face another day of work? Do you feel good about it? Or do you feel annoyed, stressed, and downright depressed? Money isn't the driving force. You're not drawn to your purpose by the financial rewards it will bring. Now, don't get me wrong. There are often great financial rewards for living in your purpose zone. You're interested and motivated and enjoy the doing of it. That's a great recipe for providing a lot of value and consequently receiving a lot of reward as well. You gain energy by doing it, that one thing. Your purpose, passion, direction creates energy within you. It doesn't drain you. You get all lit up. I'm sure you know what that feels like when you spend your day doing something you don't like. You feel exhausted, uninspired, and just plain wrung out. You're more than willing to take risks, more than usual. When you feel less stress in your life, you're usually willing to take on more risk. When you're doing something that's important to you, you're willing to be just a little bit braver. And luck's on your side. There's no scientific explanation for it, and the concept borders a bit more on the woo-woo than I usually like to be. But seriously, I find you just seem to be a lot luckier when you're living your purpose. When you're spending your time doing things you don't like to do, your luck seems to go into the crapper of the toilet. It's like being in the never-ending problem zone, not purpose zone. Think about when this has happened to you in your life. Don't you know that's kind of to be true? You spend less money. Isn't it funny? Often I hear from my clients they tend to purchase things to make themselves feel better when they aren't in their purpose zone. The more miserable you are, the more likely you are to overspend as a way of boosting your mood. But when you've found your purpose, I bet you'll find you spend a lot less too, because, well, you're more content. You care less about what others think. Well, now, we're all sensitive in varying degrees to the opinions of others, but when you're engaged in your purpose, when you're in that purpose zone, you're freed up from this concern. What you're doing feels so right that you're not interested in what others think about what you're doing. You feel free. Here's a parting gem. What I discovered is once you make a long-term commitment, at least 3 to 5 years, to something like this, the rewards are greater than anything money can buy. This explains why some of the people, industry leaders I respect, like Seth Godin or Amy Porterfield and Julie Stolian, they're genuinely pretty happy people. They're doing work that matters. They're making a difference in people's lives. For Julie and the others, it's about the work they do. It's about the change they seek to make in their corner of the world, their circle of influence. That's their jam, their buzz, their juju. Can be yours too. I don't know what yours is, and I bet like me it'll probably change and morph over time. But if you want to be happy, and I mean sing out loud at the top of your lungs with the windows rolled down in your car, joyful, you need to find it. Pick something. Try it on for 6 months. Stick with it. See where it leads. Then adjust, reiterate, or pivot if required, but be very mindful of how you feel about it. Don't let other people's opinions come into it. You've done that crap long enough. You don't need to waste your time, energy, and money chasing things that don't bring you joy. So, thanks for listening to me pontificate about making money while pursuing your passion and getting into your passion zone. And I hope to see you again next Friday.